This is Ottawa, Illinois, county seat of LaSalle County. Abraham Lincoln and Stephen Douglas held their first debate here in 1858. Boy Scouts founder W.D. Boyce not only grew up in Ottawa, but is also buried here. Ottawa is also the home of two high schools, Ottawa Township High School, a public school, and across the river, Catholic High School, Marquette Academy. From 1972 until 1987, the Marquette boys basketball team won 15 consecutive regional titles, and the Crusaders made 3 appearances in the Elite Eight in 1974, 78, and 87. All 3 appearances ended in heartbreak for the Crew. Marquette lost to Lawrenceville in the title game in 74, fell to Providence New Lenox in the quarterfinals in 78, and lost to Beardstown in the quarters in 87. If there was ever a game that symbolized the golden age of Crusader basketball, it happened on March 10, 1987 at Lincoln Way Central High School when the underdog Crusaders upset mighty Providence St. Mel to win the IHSA Class A Lincoln Way Super Sectional. Ever since that upset win over Providence St. Mel and trip to the Elite Eight, Marquette has only won 6 regionals in the last 30 years. One factor that has contributed to the decline is a significant drop in enrollment. Marquette High School, now called Marquette Academy, went from 430 students in the late 80s to under 200 today. Former development director at Marquette, Bill Jankowski, thinks he may know why.
I think that there's several reasons. I think parents are expecting the school to stay the same, and it's not going to stay the same. I mean, it just can't. It has to evolve. It has to change. And so they see that change, and they're like, "It's not the same school I went to." Well, it's not supposed to be. I mean, the technologies have advanced, the offerings have advanced, things like that. So I think that's part of it, because they want that same atmosphere, and you're not going to get it. I think tuition is a key. I mean, you're talking $5,000-6,000 a year to go to high school. That's a lot of money, especially when you're kind of in a recession. You're kind of in a down economy. There's not any really major manufacturing in the area anymore, with an exception of a few. So so people really have to really make that commitment, both financially and the fact that the school is different. To have their kids go there.
Another Catholic high school in the Illinois Valley that has experienced a dip in enrollment like Marquette is St. Bede Academy, located along U.S. Route 6 between Peru and Spring Valley. The athletic director and head girls basketball coach for the Bruins is Tom McGonigal, who is a 1988 St. Bede graduate and led the Bruins to a state title in Class 1A baseball his senior year. McGonigal also is the school's director of student recruitment.
We are a little below total and per class than what our superintendent wants, and as right now, as we sit here today, we're just slightly over 300. But we have a large senior class. We're going to graduate 97 seniors in May. We're not going to bring in a class of that size as freshmen to compensate for that. So we're going to fall below 300 next year, and that's not an ideal for us. Ideal number is the 310 to 325 plateau that we'd like to be at. 340 is probably too big to try to sustain for any length of time. It is difficult. It is difficult to get kids to come to St. Bede.
McGonigal admits, like Marquette, St. Bede is faced with rising tuition costs, and for families in the Illinois Valley area, that's been a tough sell as far as sending their kids to St. Bede.
I remember my parents, I think we were just slightly over $1,200 or something like that when I was here. Next year our tuition is going to be $5,550. And that in the Illinois Valley is a tough sell. Our assistance helps out, absolutely. Our benefactors, help us with that, and we go by the motto that financially no one's going to be denied the opportunity to come to St. Bede if they want to be here. And so through our assistance program, that works out. But internationally, globally, it's an affordable tuition. And you go 90 miles east of this area, and you're triple what our tuition is. Yeah, it's crazy, and that's for grade school and junior high. And so people outside of this area, that's very affordable. That's very affordable. But people that live in the Illinois Valley, You know, they're making sacrifices. They're making sacrifices to send students.
So what's the answer for Marquette or St. Bede? Well, it may not be an easy answer. Tuition is going to keep rising unless the economy turns around in the Illinois Valley. Still may be tough for parents to send their kids to either Marquette or St. Bede. But for St. Bede, there could be a few things on the horizon as the school is about to embark on an ambitious construction plan to add a indoor practice facility at the academy and also a STEM lab as well. Will that help? Only time will tell, and only the future is in their hands.